In this video, we're going to run through how to get started with and how to use the Jupyter Notebook. So while it's great that we can create and run Python programs directly from our terminal using the Python shell as we've seen, we can be far more productive and have a little bit of an easier go at it if we use an IDE like Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is an extremely user-friendly and powerful tool that is widely used throughout the Python community. You'll see this in documentation across the web and various websites. It's particularly popular among data scientists due to its documentation and data visualization capabilities. By using the Jupyter Notebook, this will enable you to follow along and even write your own notes and documentation directly inside of your personal Jupyter Notebooks. You can think of each Jupyter Notebook as its own Python shell, as it does have its own Python shell associated with it when it's running. And you can write one or many code statements and run them line by line, or you can run them in batches or the entire file at once. So to get started using Jupyter Notebook, you want to open up a terminal and simply type in the words Jupyter Notebook and hit enter. When you first start Jupyter Notebook, you're actually starting a Jupyter Notebook server locally on your computer. The application runs entirely from your web browser, which makes it really convenient and easy to get started with it. Note that you will need to keep your terminal session open and running while you're using Jupyter Notebook, because the terminal session used to start Jupyter Notebook actually is what is running that local server. So the landing page that loads here when you start Jupyter Notebook resembles that of maybe a directory or file explorer, and it displays the files and folders and notebooks that you have available in your current directory. So right now you can see we are in my root directory, and I've got all the files and folders here for my desktop, documents, etc. And by default, this is going to be the directory from wherever you start Jupyter Notebook in the terminal. This is where it's going to start. So from here, you can navigate to the folder that you want to create a new notebook in. Alternatively, you could use terminal commands before you start Jupyter Notebook to navigate to the directory you want to work in. We'll go ahead and click here into our desktop. And there's that folder that we created in our previous exercise, Python module 1. We can go inside of that. And here we have the Python file that we created in our previous video. So to create a new Python notebook here in Jupyter Notebook, simply go up and click on the new button here in the upper right hand corner. And we're going to want to select Python 3. Notice there's options for other things like a text file or a folder. And this will open up our new Jupyter Notebook. And right now it'll have the name untitled, so we can go ahead and give that a name if we want to. So we can call this maybe our module 1 Jupyter Notebook. So go ahead and hit rename, and then we have the name of our Jupyter Notebook here. And Jupyter Notebooks are made up of a series of cells. You'll see here that our first cell, which is blue, each cell contains either Python or what's referred to as Markdown code. So Markdown is a popular markup language that is a superset of HTML, which you may have heard of, which is really the language, standard language of documents on the web and displaying things in your web browser. When you initially select the cell borders will turn blue. When you start editing that cell, the borders will change to green, as you can see here. Let's click here on this first cell and the border will be blue. And next, using the toolbar at the top, let's select this drop-down menu here that currently says Code, and let's change that to Markdown. Finally, within the cell, let's write the following line of code. So we're going to use the £, which is part of the Markdown language you'll see in just a bit. And we're going to write in here module 1 Jupyter Notebook. Now, with that cell still selected, let's go ahead and execute this code by hitting Shift and Enter on your keyboard. And when you press Shift and Enter, that'll actually run the cell, and you'll see that it appears as a heading. Right, this says Module 1 Jupyter Notebook. So this isn't actually Python code, that's Markdown code. So like I said, with Jupyter Notebook, it's really helpful because you can both document inside of your notebook and write Python code. In Markdown, the hashtag symbol is used to create headings and subheadings. So we can actually create, if we want to do another Markdown cell, we can create a subheading by typing in 2 £, and then we'll call this subheading and hit Shift and Enter. And you can see here that it's a slightly smaller text from the previous heading. For a complete guide to the Markdown language syntax, I'm going to reference you to some supplemental materials. First off here, John Gruber's Daring Fireball Markdown Syntax Guide is very useful for getting started. We will be using Markdown throughout this course to document our Python code, and we will cover many more aspects of the Markdown syntax along the way. You can also refer to the Jupyter Notebook Introduction tutorial at realpython.com to learn more about using and navigating the Jupyter Notebook IDE. And it's helpful to go ahead and get a head start before we jump into future modules. So to wrap up module 1, let's go ahead and write and execute our first line of Python code within Jupyter Notebook. So first, make sure the newly created cell below your Markdown is set to a code cell. So we can see here, if we select it blue, it is a code cell. And next, inside of this, let's go ahead and type the following line. We're gonna write what's called a comment, which we'll talk about in the next module here, but we use a £sign for comments in Python code, a £sign for headings and subheadings in Markdown, so I know it's a little confusing, but we're going to write here the comment, this is a Python code cell with a print statement, and let's go ahead and use our print function as before. So we're going to write print, we'll say hello Jupyter Notebook, life sure is grand. And if we want to go ahead and run that, we'll hit Shift and Enter.